আসো তো কোন মারি কত দিন আসো পড়ছে বিছনার উপরে কই পড়লো
পিজুলি
পিজুলি তো পিজুলি কই আছে ফ্যানটা বন্ধ করে দাও তোমার
উইজালি ভাবি এমনি উইজালি
পিজ্জালি 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 আসো এখানে বসে তোমার দেখা যায় না আমারই তো দেখা যায় অর্ধেক দেখা যায় এটা উঠাই ফেলেছে কেমনে কি উঠে গেছে উঠে গেছে না খুঁচায় খুঁচায় আসো দে এখানে আসো
বাতাস বাইরে
এনে বসো না
ভালোভাবে যে ইয়া করা হবে ভালো
ভিজা চুলের বানিয়ে রাখছি তা আমি দিলে তুমি কই দেবো হাতের দুটা দিয়ে দিছে হ্যালো কেমন আছো সবাই ভালো আছো সবাই কেমন আছো অনেকদিন পর লাইভে আসছি সবাই কেমন আছো বলো
কেমন আছে
আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো আছি সবাই কেমন আছো হ্যালো হাই সবাই একটু সাপোর্ট করে যাই আমরা যারা যারা আছি সকলে একটু কমেন্টস করো ভাই কে কোথা থেকে দেখছো সকলে একটু সাপোর্ট করে যাই যারা যারা আমার मैं बांग्लादेश से बोल बांग्लादेश 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 সকলে কেমন আছেন? ভালো আছেন? সবাই একটু করে সাপোর্ট করে দাও। সকল ভাই বোনেরা যারা আছো সবাই একটু একটু করে সাপোর্ট করে দিও আপুকে।
Problem solving. But no, go figure. Using someone's credit card without their permission under any circumstance is still considered stealing. And not to mention when I scroll down to select the shipping option. Overnight delivery? I can have this tomorrow? Night? Me? Here it is, awesome. I want to live there. I went to bed, satisfied that I would simply play the greatest game ever created on the greatest console ever created. Next morning, I got up to school and called my teacher. She told me that she would try again to get one snap later that day. And me, being as naive as I was, said,
সবাই একটু সাপোর্ট করো যারা যারা আছো।
I already did. What? Ordered it. Was really no problem, no need thank you. How did you pay for it? You left your credit card with us. You ever get one of those looks where your parents like instantly know you messed up? Never touch my credit card again. Yes, ma'am. Cherry on top of my transgression, later that same day, when my mom picked me up from school, had it overnighted. I had to wait 2 weeks before I could play my new game. I ended up waiting longer to play it than high anticipation from the get-go. Just goes to show stealing is wrong. And I've never stolen anything since. Well, except maybe cards. Thanks, winners and entertainers. That airbender here. I forgot to for an outro bit. Special thanks to Adam or something else my team with his amazing voice work in this. Simmy's beatboxing and said,
Don't mind, I've had a professional. No, it's
but as you can hear, it was perfect, so shush, Adam. I also wanted to let you know that I am working on the big concrete cap video as fast as I possibly can, and it's probably going to be a little different this year because so much crazy stuff happened that I'm not going to cram a lot in one video. So I must ask your patience on this one. I promise it will be fun. All went to this little Squid Game public event hosted by Netflix. It looked interesting, to say the least. A combination of curiosity and boredom on my impulses to buy tickets. Our Uber took us to the location provided, and we were dropped off in a scary back alley in the streets of LA. You sure this isn't a setup for, you know, a real thing? We hunted down the entrance, headed up Squid Game paper stairs, and inside was a big lobby with merch, snacks, decorations. You know what else was there? No other human beings. We were the only ones there along with the shit guys that were just staring at us.
সকলে একটু সাপোর্ট করো ভাই, সাপোর্ট করে দিও যারা যারা আসছো।
It's like Squid Game.
আমার ভালোবাসার মানুষগুলি সবাই একটু সাপোর্ট করো।
Soon enough, we were herded into the starting room, decorated very much like no one actually cared about this thing. And if they did, whoever would have been. The staff guy gave us the rundown on how the event was going to work, such and such. But sprinkled throughout the explanation were like a lot of safety hazard jokes. I know the concept of the whole thing is working and playing dangerous games and dying and this is so weird. What he was saying is like, don't lean on the walls. You might not throw it back, but don't touch anything that you shouldn't touch. I wanted them to know paperwork again. That he was very anti-paperwork. Like way more than the actual community safety part. Based on what we've seen so far, our group knew we were about to experience exactly what we were hoping for. But with not the death. For the first game, we were led into a room with lines of glass.
फेमस क्या
It's like Squid Game again.
बुझी रही
The glass jumping part when it's your
बुझी
turn.
रही
You have that
हिंदी
intense swears and they
पर
show
इंग्लिश ही बट हिंदी है
হিন্দি সং বুঝি নাই ভাই, কি লেখছো? বাংলায় লেখো বা ইংলিশে লেখো,
इंग्लिश ही
the first batch of people stepped
অর্থটা তো ইসে হিন্দি ওয়ার্ড বলি, হিন্দি ওয়ার্ড,
glass. They were instructed to hold it and only take one step.
ইংলিশ ওয়ার্ড না।
For the whole game, we had to watch everyone take one individual step, stop, wait to be confirmed, then take one more step for 10 spaces in like 6 moves total. Also, I
আমরা
think
যারা আছি সকলে একটু করে সাপোর্ট করব।
track
সবাই একটু করে সাপোর্ট করে যাও ভাই, যারা আছো সবাই একটু করে সাপোর্ট করে দিয়ে যাও। লাইভের বয়স অনেক হয়ে গেছে, 10 মিনিট হয়ে গেছে। ওয়াচিংয়ে 10 জন আসছো, সবাই একটু সাপোর্ট করো।
25 of the 30 people failed their very first one. Now, Netflix knew that
উড়া ধুরা উড়া ধুরা, কমেন্ট করো ভাই, একটু
to be
কমেন্ট
in the
করো।
stimulus we gave them, and then had to go home after the first game.
মামা
That would be
চিন্তা
pretty
নেই,
upsetting. So the rule was for the first 4 challenges, no one would be
চিন্তা
eliminated.
নেই, শেয়ার করো।
না 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 মাম্মা, তুমি আমরা দেখো না,
তুমি তো আমি
এত রাত্রে আমি একটু পরে ঘুমাম, 12টা বাজে ঘুমাই পড়বো আমি।
পাচ্ছি না তো।
It was very anticlimactic. Unfortunately, we were
সবাই একটা করে লাইক দাও ভাই, একটা করে লাইক, একটু ফলো করো, একটা করে কমেন্ট করো ভাই। এমন করো কেন তোমরা? একটা করে কমেন্ট করো।
Jack's cleaned up shop on us. He got all our marbles ridiculous. But over at Joe's table, malicious injustice.
একটু কমেন্ট করো, একটা করে একটু লাইক দাও।
In a romantic relationship, ganged up on Joe, and after taking all his marbles, just split them up between each other. Just before he could even start any beef, we were running to the next room, and again, we're split into groups. This time of 4. They really
কতদিন পর লাইভে আসছি, অনেক দিন পরে।
Everyone was stationed around a respective gift card. After opening them up, it was revealed we were going to be playing a big version of Operation.
অনেক দিন পর।
A fake little
সবাই একটু করে সাপোর্ট করে দাও।
without touching the sides. So, simulated surgery. Like, I guess that was kinda useful. At least they decorated the boxes like it. But, I mean, we're really pushing it at this point. Jacob and I randomly got paired up with this married couple, and the four of us started inspecting the tools, when suddenly, the woman goes, "Oh, will you pass me the forceps?" She's a surgeon. Oh my god. We just happened to be paired up with a lady whose literal job was operation. The challenge began and the three of us took our hands off the tools, she cracked her knuckles, and we watched as all the plastic organs were suddenly out of the prop body. Not surprisingly, our team was the first to finish. When we got back together with Joe and Jax, we explained how we got super lucky to be paired up with an actual surgeon that literally soloed the whole thing. And Joe was like, "Wait, that guy was a surgeon?" And Jacob and I had to shake our heads and say, "No, Joe, she was a surgeon."
লাইটটা গেছে।
Now that
দুই
we
ভাগ
were
হয়েছে?
entering the fourth challenge, it was time to get serious. This was the first game where people would start getting eliminated for realsies. But not realsies. Everyone was split into 2 groups and taken to one side of a wall where there was a bunch of prop boats. It was a kind of not really IRL version of Battleship where we had to try to shoot down all the other side's boats, and the team that won would progress into the 5th game. I would describe this idea as good enough. Sure, you know, we didn't get to choose where to put our boats since they were bolted to the floor, but I guess we did only pay $40 to be here. For some reason, though, the staff member on our side was, we can call it extremely helpful. At first, he was saying he generally tips, like, so if they still have a 4-tile boat, let's check all the areas that could fit that. You know, saying vague things to help us out a bit. But by the end of it, he was just straight up telling us, if I were you guys, I would shoot right here. Like, this guy wanted us to win, and win fast. So either he had some kind of bet going on with the other staff members, or dude just had places to be. All the other team's boats were sunk, and the remaining 15 or so people were led into the semi-final game. It was obvious as soon as we saw her, we were finally playing the classic red light, green light. It was decorated like the show, the doll was there, but there were giant gift boxes scattered around the room to act as obstacles. Because when you think about it, red light, green light isn't high stakes when staff can't actually shoot the contestants. Like, something had to be added to spice it up a bit. We gathered on the starting line, and the game started. As we were playing, I was thinking, how were they measuring if it was moving or not? You know, I doubt they recreated the entire motion tracking doll thing just for this pop-up that's getting torn down after a month. I figured the only thing they could be using to track motion is our wristband, so it
শ্যামাই কি তুমি যতটুকু খাইছো খাইছো আবার বাকিটি নিয়ে ডাইলা দিয়ে এসছো? হ্যাঁ, কেন?
আরে না ওটা ইয়েতে রেখে আসছি বাটির ভিতরে যে আমার বাটির ভিতরে রেখে আসছি
হ্যাঁ, কি করছো?
আমি যতটুক খাইছি ওটুক খায়া যতটুক ছিল ওটুক আবার সবার বাটির ভিতরে রেখে আসছি
তো কেন আবার পুরোটা আনছোই বা কেন? আর না খাই আবার ঘাইটা ঘাইটা থুই আসলা কেন? হুম? এর জন্য ঘাটা জিনিস পরে আবার রেখে দিলে এটা ভালো থাকে? তুমি খাবার তো ভালো থাকে এটা?
One of them, Joe. They all lunged forward, and as red light was called for the final time, I watched as Joe tripped and crashed into them, causing every person left to topple down. Their wristbands were As Joe was walking past me to the dead area, I asked what happened, to which he said, Joe had intentionally sacrificed himself to bump those people because they were the couple that ganged up on him during March.
মারা এক গ্লাস পানি দিয়ে যায় তো।
His revenge. Was it petty?
হ্যাঁ দাও।
Did he probably ruin their name? Yes. But do I also not deserve the name that was the funniest shit ever? Absolutely. Joe was awesome. I was somehow the only one in our group who were me and the other four winners of red light, green light were brought into Squid Game. And everyone else was there too, watching from behind. Jaden, Squid Game is so rough and tough. How did you vary against the four other groups that made it to the end? In real Squid Game, the guy got stabbed. Did you get stabbed? You're probably wondering. And oh dear viewer, no, I did not get stabbed. In fact, I didn't get hurt at all because Netflix didn't want to deal with paperwork. Instead, we played hold a big egg on a spoon and attack each other until there's one can stand. But attack in a way where there's no paperwork, which is fine with me because I doubt any of us actually figured out what's the buzzer rang and everyone started shifting around in the shade. Since I, for some reason, have experience in high-stakes game tournaments, I deployed my signature strategy of don't bring attention to myself. I simply dodged and weaved between the guys swiping at each other's eggs. I can
Yes, sir.
but any number higher, and I've gone well past my capabilities. Eventually, there were just 3 people left. The crowd started yelling, "Get the girl's still in!" And the 2 guys started walking towards me. But then my personal peak gallery joined in. Hey, you're getting up on the girl. Shame. And that wasn't the one to back away. Apparently, the power of teamwork and fear of misogyny persevered through anyway. Suddenly, an egg it was just me.
সকলে একটু সাপোর্ট করো ভাই, সবাই একটু সাপোর্ট করো, লাইক করো, একটা করে লাইক দিয়ে দাও, ভালো লাগলে পেজটা ফলো করো।
He swung at my egg a couple times and I managed to dodge, but I couldn't win this thing if I didn't go on offense. I won the silly little Netflix Squid Game pop-up. The front man came out and escorted me to the VIP area where he gave me a plastic animal that is Squid Game, and we took awesome photos together. I got an awesome t-shirt that said winner. Because I didn't know it at the time, but as this was happening, the staff pretended to shoot all the losers with fake gun sounds. Unfortunately, I didn't get the 45.6 billion money prize like in the show. But along with the t-shirt, they did give me a special group that would give me a priority application for Netflix's actual Squid Game reality show, Squid Game: The Challenge, Season 2. I looked at the form and thought, you know, we'll just see what happens. Filled it out and was able to bring my friends back to the VIP room because winning isn't fun unless you do it with your friends. That's what Squid Game taught me. There were a bunch of snacks and alcoholic beverages in the winter area, and I gotta say, the alcoholic squid drinks were probably the worst things I've ever tasted. It was astonishing how bad. For a year later, and I think, oh, I'm still mad. I don't even know what ingredient could do that. Anyway, after I submitted my report, I had this but to my surprise, Netflix reached out to review me.
শালার ঝাড়ু না, শালার ঝাড়ু বের করে একবারে বিছানাতে আচ্ছা সরাও, কাঁথা সরাও। ও বাবা, কেউ একটা লাইকও দেয় না রে, কত চুলকাইতেছে ওখানে। সেজন্য তোমায় দেখিয়া মাতাল হয়েছে। আছে ভাইয়া এখন যে টিভি রুমে বসে। ও ভাই, সবাই একটা লাইক কমেন্ট করেন না, এমন করেন কেন ভাই? একটা লাইক কমেন্ট দিলে কি হবে, কমে যাবে? চোখে ব্যথা করে, চোখ ব্যথা করেছ। চব্বিশ মিনিট হয়েছে ওরে বাবার, বহুত সময় বাকি গো, বহুত সময় বাকি। 26 মিনিট আর আধা ঘন্টা করি, আমার আধা ঘন্টা করে ছাড়ে দেয় না। 24 মিনিট হয়েছে, এর মধ্যে তোমার কি জানি আধা ঘন্টা করলে সকালে আবার আধা ঘন্টা করলে 1 ঘন্টা পরে যাবে। সকলে একটা করে একটু লাইক করেন, একটা করে একটু কমেন্ট করেন, একটি করে ফলো ডান করিয়া যায়েন, চলে যায় না। সবাই গল্প করেন, কমেন্ট করেন। জমস জমস 5 মিনিট, আর 5 মিনিট আছি। 5 মিনিটের মধ্যে আমার ভাইদেরকে বলছি, ভাইয়ারা একটু কমেন্ট করো, একটু লাইক করো। ওকে, আল্লাহ হাফেজ। সবাই ভালো থাকেন, সুস্থ থাকেন, সুন্দর থাকেন। বাই বাই। আজকের মতন এখানে শেষ করছি ভাই। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।